All right. So I have a picture up today. The picture is of DK Metcalf and Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas comes to DK Metcalf after the game Sunday. He says, "Hey, my son, you're DK. You're his favorite player. He's 15 years old. He's built like you." DK Metcalf goes, "Hold on a second." Boom, jersey off, signs it, and hands it over to Logan Thomas. I'm not a fan of the jerseys. I know they do it. I feel like it's done so much now that it's kind of like passe. But when I see shit like that, it makes me feel good. I think it's a nice thing. I think it's good for, I really, really liked it. Now, I talked to Bumbles yesterday during the whole football game. And man, I'll tell you, Josh Allen, they keep saying he's elite. What does he have? 93 turnovers since he came in the league, 71 interceptions. I saw he had 56 fumbles and only 15 recoveries. So I took that as 41 plus 71. That's 112. But I don't know where my math is, and I'm not a statistician. So they're saying, hey, good evening there, Josh. They're saying 93 turnovers was the most since he came to the league. They're 5-5. Played a terrible game yesterday. 2 missed extra points by the Broncos. And the Broncos, who started 1-4, lost 70-20 to the Dolphins, have won 3 in a row for the first time since the 2021 season. And they're 4-5. The Bills haven't lost more than 6 games since Allen's rookie season. They have a shot of not going to the playoffs now because of Josh Allen, because they're 5-5, and Josh Allen. 6 straight games with an interception. I mean, they had a fumble on the first play, interception on their second series. Before halftime, Allen threw a terrible pass, led to another interception. They get the lead late, and then you think, okay, but everybody was like, they scored too quickly. And Russell Wilson played a pretty goddamn good game yesterday. I mean, a really good. I mean, when he had to make passes, he did. Cortland Sutton made a hell of a catch in the end zone in the first half. I don't know how the hell he got it. I'm amazed that receivers get their feet in, in the end zone in place in the right places. I mean, they're like ballet dancers. It is amazing how they can tort their bodies and everything, and are able to get their feet in. And you're just like, holy shit, man! And fucking Duke is up 12 on Michigan State. I can't fucking stand Duke. God damn, I thought Michigan State was going to come back, but no. Even though they have a member of the tribe coaching Duke, I can't. I didn't like Duke before I went there, and I liked them even less once I went to UNC. But I digress. So they missed 2 field goals, 2 extra points. Then they go down, get a great sack on Wilson on 3rd down. See, it's 4th down. They decide to blitz again, and you could see it happening. You're like, Wilson just throws it up there, and Judy beats the cornerback whose name escapes me right now for Buffalo, who tackles him. And you're like, Jesus Christ. And they go, why are they blitzing 2 straight plays? What are they doing this for? What could they possibly be doing this for? And then you're like, holy shit, they're going to get it. They're going to get the goddamn. And they did. They got the pass interference. And okay. And then they missed the field goal from 41. But they didn't have any timeouts left. And Buffalo decided to take timeouts when he was kneeling. I guess they thought maybe they'll get the ball back. Well, they ran in with no timeouts timeouts left to get the field goal attempt. And don't you have a guy on the sideline that's counting the players, counting the number of players you have on your offense? Don't you have a guy doing that shit? I mean, there should be a guy, right? That's just counting. And they have 12 guys to miss the field goal. They get another shot and they lose on that play. And you're just like, wow. You lose because of poor coaching, whatever. And Dorsey is fired after the game. Joe Brady's the new offensive coordinator. Is that going to make a difference? I don't know. Because I feel Josh Allen plays very what some people write, they think and dunk too much. They don't let him play the style he wants to play. McDermott's more of a defensive guy, and it doesn't work well with the way that Allen plays. And then now you got Stephon Diggs who's all pissed off. His brother Trevon came that he wasn't any good, before, like, who's Josh Allen? Well, Stephon Diggs has had his best seasons with Josh Allen. So I beg to differ on that front. What's more amazing, these guys making the crazy catches or the balls these guys dropping directly in their hands. I agree with that one, Josh. Yeah, they do miss a lot of freaking catches where you're like, guys, hold on to the fucking ball. But they drop the ball, man. They just make a lot of mistakes. I mean, that game was unlike anything. And then there's a guy, Bumble sent me a thing, one of the refs that when he's the ref, the under always happens, and the home teams only win like 55% of the time. They don't cover it doesn't go over 70% of the time if these refs are calling the games. And I'm like, dude, you got a lot of time in your hands. But I mean, but there's a huge betting thing. Betting is huge. It is $1 billion industry. And after their chances of going to the playoffs, Bumbles just sent me, what is this? Griff Jenkins, Fox News. My friend just sent pics from DC today. What was he doing? Oh, is this the parade? Oh, is this the Israel parade? What is he wearing? Who's Griff Jenkins? Did he go for the We Stay? Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. Yeah, they marched on DC today. And Josh, you are here. But yeah, oh man, I lost my train of thought, of course, because I thought he sent me something. I was looking up Josh. I was looking at Bumbles. Bumbles sent me something today that after week 4, the Bills had a 98% chance of making the playoffs. Now, after week 10, 20%. Hey. And this is also, I'm going to go back to this, but Lenker sent me this today about the Yankees, and Josh will appreciate this since he is a Yankee fan, that he sent me this, and he was like, what's you take? Now, it is factual. What he said was fact. So I'm okay with him speaking fact, but also it brings up an interesting point. This is from Ken Roosevelt. Stanton's agent, Joel Wolf, responds below to Yankees GM Brian Cashman saying of Stanton, he's going to wind up getting hurt again, more likely than not, because it seems to be part of his game. And his agent, Wolf, said, I read the context of the entire interview. I think it's a good reminder for all free agents considering signing in New York, both foreign and domestic, that to play for that team, you've got to be made of Teflon, both mentally and physically, because you can never let your guard down, even in the offseason. And, but he's speaking the truth. But Blanker brought up a good point that I wonder if that's going to affect free agents, and Hal liked what he said, but less cussing. Hal, shut the fuck up. Hal's like this prim and proper little guy who's just like, you want to punch him. You do. Hal must have got his ass kicked growing up, because I don't, you know what, you got to, his dad is tough. George was tough. Hal's like a businessman, manicured hands. If you touch his, you ever shake someone's hands and they have those really soft hands, you touch them, you're like, wow, and they don't give a good handshake. That's a Hal. Hal is a very, and maybe he doesn't, but I really think he has one of those handshakes where it's like, are you going to shake my hand, or are you just going to like press your palm against my palm? I mean, I want a handshake, right? Come on, look me in the eyes, give me a handshake, and maybe Hal will blow me away with that. But I don't get that from him. I don't get it all from him. But I saw that about the Yankees. I was like, it is true. Stanton gets hurt every goddamn year. So I mean, there's a chance that it'll happen again this year. Ben Simmons, some nerve damage, I just read. So he's going to be out. His agent says it's day-to-day, but Jacques Vaughn said maybe a week. Yeah, firm shake always, Josh. And that's another guy. So he played 6 games this year. When he's on the court, it's better, but he's out at least a week, which means to me he's going to be out even longer. And every year, he's the Stanton of basketball now. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see Ben Simmons, the player he was. I'm hoping that he is investing the money he's making now, because he's not going to get that contract again. And the way he's going, he's going to be out of the league in a couple of years. And he says he wants to play in the Olympics with Australia. I'm like, dude, you can't even play an NBA season. What team is going to say, yeah, go ahead and play the Olympics? Sure, I know you want to play for your country, but you can't even play for your NBA team who's giving you all this money to give you all the things in life you could ever wish for and more. I mean, he's always hurt. He's always fucking hurt. I mean, RJ Barrett missed the game for a migraine. Okay, yeah, migraine's a serious shit. Yeah, but he's always hurt. Always hurt. And I know Javi must be like, yep, par for the course. Par for the course. Now, I was talking to some people yesterday about the Bills online and Twitter, because Tyler Dunn? He wrote that, yes, Tyler Dunn, quite a statement by Aikman and Buck, saying number one reason for Bills 5-4 and the outside looking in is Josh Allen. He said he put that 178th most pressing issue at one Bills drive. So I said, well, can you give me the 5 pressing issues? And of course, he's too big to answer me. Tyler Dunn's just too big to answer me, or even answer the email. You're going to put this up. If it's not the most pressing, well, then answer it. Don't tell me it's not the most pressing. Tell me what it is. I don't like, and that's what they do. People just tweet. Oh, I'll just tweet away. Yeah. So this other guy, Chris Hulbert, Gratwick Films. I looked him up. He's doing films, whatever. I followed him. He did not follow me back. Yeah, whatever. You know, he said, one, being so desperate, you let the new head coach hire his boss. Number two, McDermott. Then psychology of keeping Sean McDermott after the 13 seconds in the playoff game, which I agree. A ripple of decisions made by Sean McDermott, a roster at odds with its master philosophy. Okay, so it sounds like, and what I say, John Ledard, who I like him a lot, he covers the Buccaneers. He feels that he would be a hot candidate if he gets fired. I'm like, really? Is that a guy I want? This whole defensive philosophy, I would look as an owner of a team that he couldn't win with Josh Allen. How the hell is he going to win with another team with a quarterback? If he can't get it done with Josh Allen, and also in his last 25 games, Brian Daboll went 18-7 with Josh Allen, and in his first 25 games, Kevin Dorsey is offensive coordinator, Daboll and Dorsey also 18-7. So I mean, I know they had a bad game and they're not playing well, so I guess he'd go after somebody. But really, that's who you can't. You have a defensive minded coach, and you have a great offensive guy. And I know everybody's saying Josh Allen's overhyped, but when he does shit, 7th rushing touchdown of the season, he does some great things, but he gets so goddamn sloppy. You know what I hate? He grabs the ball and the guy's like a little flopping. Yeah, and a guy gets in his face. Yeah, come on, dude. Really? You know what? These basketball players, they're not tough guys. They think they're tough guys, but they're not tough guys. And they can't make free throws. I'm like, guys, make a fucking free throw. That's something you can work on all day on your own. You just have to sit on the line and shoot. That's something you have to work on. And they can't make free throws. I root against Duke. I hope they have a shitty season. Hey, they're already 1-1. They lost to Arizona with Caleb Love. I thought that was awesome. And the 15-8 halftime score, only the time was 1961. Broncos at Bills, September 10th, 1961. Alana Getzenberg, thank you for that one. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think Josh Allen, people say he's overrated. They said, Lamar Jackson throws picks and he throws picks and he doesn't get, I guess they're going, he's a white quarterback. Yeah, I mean, there's guys who just, Jameis Winston, throws in coverages. Zach Wilson throws balls he shouldn't be throwing. A lot of guys. Whatchamacallit? Brett Favre. Brett Favre was synonymous with doing that. Synonymous with throwing interceptions. Like, have a good play, bam, do that. I mean, happens all the time. Yeah. Oh, and Wemby's going against Thunder against the Spurs right now. But they're having the college football playoff show, and I was like, I want to watch that. I really wanted to see that one because I wanted to see I don't think anything's going to change. But Chet Holmgren versus Wembanyama, that's pretty good right now. I mean, that's a pretty good game to watch. LSU blew out Kent State. Listen to this. McKellen Williams for LSU, 42 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. That game was on like noon today, on a Tuesday. St. John's in Michigan. Michigan is now 2-4 against St. John's. Last time they met was December 3rd, 2000. St. John's beat them 97-83. And Michigan was up 10 at the half, and they blew them out. And then Pitino talked about how, I got all these transfers in now. And I'm like, dude, this is what you got. You talked about this. You brought in all transfers, and maybe they're not all hitting on all cylinders right now. But I'm like, that's what you brought in. You brought in a whole team of transfer from the transfer portal. And, it's going to take time, whatever. But that you can't say one thing and then, that these are the guys you brought in. These are the guys you brought in to coach, and it didn't get done. These guys are learning to play with each other. It's only been a little bit of time. Give them some time, dude. Let's give them a little bit of time to gel and everything. Yeah, and Doug McDaniel had 26, and Amari Burnett had 21. They said they combined for 47 of the 48 points in the first half. They combined for a total of 47 points of their teams, and they blew them out. It was close, and then it turned into a big blowout. But yeah, I have all this stuff for the Bills. Josh Allen, he called, Rob called him Apple Turnover, Rob called him Josh Apple Turnover. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know, maybe just me. Josh Apple Turnover. I thought that was funny. Broncos snapped a 7-game Monday Night Football losing streak. Joe Brady, the former LSU co-offensive coordinator, That's what he is now with the with the with the Bills. 2 interceptions yesterday. Yeah, yeah, crazy. And he has 6 straight games with the interception now, Josh Allen. 14, listen to this, Josh Allen, 14 TDs with the Bills, first half of games. They're tied for 8th. 17 in the second half, second in the NFL. So things click in the second half. Also, 7 first half interceptions, most of the NFL, 4 in the second half. He had 3 turnovers, botched a handoff to James Cook. Also, James Cook got the ball slapped away. It bounced, and he picked it up and caught it and ran with it. I never saw that before. I was like, holy shit, because that could have been another turnover. And Will Lutz, Broncos, 3 straight wins. Yeah. 4 and 5, 4 turnovers. Diggs 3 for 34, was not happy. He posted something where he said, I need the ball more. And they go, well, go to the Broncos locker room. And he goes, I'm done. He's done like every other fucking game. He's always done. I mean, come on, stop. So the Bills now are the 10 seed. The Broncos, but look at this, Bills. Week 12, they got the Eagles. Week 14, KC. Week 15, Cowboys. And Week 18, Dolphins. I mean, there's some tough games coming up. Oh, and Chet Holmgren, you got to get rid of that beard. That's not a beard. You look like Abe Lincoln's son. I mean, that is not a good look. That beard does not work. Russ threw for $193, 2 touchdowns. Javonte Williams had 110 total yards. Cortland Sutton, 8 for 53. Yeah. And the Bills now have lost to Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, and Russell Wilson. So they don't like playing the Wilsons. They lose to all them. And Allen was 15 to 26, $177, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. It's like they weren't even running. The offense was so off. And I'll tell you, the interception in the first half led to 3 more points, and they were down 15-8. And you think, if he would have at the end of the game, well, right, they would have been up. It still wouldn't matter, right? They would have been up by maybe it would have tied. I think it would have tied. Sent it up. Right? Well, 3 points. They lost by 2. Yeah, we would have had overtime, which I don't know if people want more of that. And next week, big underdog to make the playoffs. I said that already. Most games with 3+ turnovers since 2018, including playoffs. Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield tied with 10, and Darnold and Jameis Winston with 9. Last 2 games against Mahomes and Allen, the Broncos D, 61% completion percentage, only 421 yards in 2 games. A touchdown pass allowed, 4 interceptions, 31 total points. I would say that's getting the job done. Actually, when they started 1-4, they gave 181 points. And since then, 1-3. I'm sorry, 1-3 their first 4 games, 181 points. Since then, they've gone 2-3-1. First 4, 67. So first 4, 181. Next 4, or 4. I got to look that up again. But they've really, last 4 games, only 67. So the D's really turned it around. The 18 giveaways by the Bills, second in the NFL. Allen, 11 interceptions, 14 total giveaways, 71 interceptions since it came in 2018, 94 total turnovers. Diggs says to me, I asked at halftime to get me the ball more. He said, put on a Broncos jersey. I'm done. Okay, whatever. 6 game-winning kicks, also week 10. Previous record was 4. 6 games decided at the gun. 6. 11 interceptions, 3 fumbles this year for Allen. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. I mean, geez Louise. Most interceptions since he came in the league in 2018. 1-3 the last 4. But he also has 202 touchdown passes. So people said, don't overlook that stuff. That's pretty impressive. The Bills, 1-3 the last 4. Yeah, and the 93 turnovers, most in NFL since in first 6 seasons. Yeah, Allen, he does turn the ball over a lot. Bills only 3 of 7 games against losing teams going forward. The Jets this week, who they are a 7-point favorite over the Jets. They play the Chargers week 16 and the Pats week 17. And Dan Orlovsky says that there's going to be a mutual parting at the end of the season with Belichick and the Pats, and he thinks he could go to the Chargers. I'm like, really? I wonder what Jason would think about that. Yeah, I wonder. I was like, wow, going there. That would be very interesting. Very interesting. Chargers and Belichick. Good weather. Oh, and my friend, so Michigan's cousin Joshua and his dad are huge Bills fans. I said, who would your future guy be? He goes, Bobby Slowick. Yeah, I would still take Allen over, without a doubt, Josh. We're not even close. Not even up for discussion. Not even up for discussion. So Joshua said he would take Bobby Slowick, the Titans offensive coordinator, or Todd Monken, the Ravens offensive coordinator, or even bring back Dable as the head coach. I said, yeah, I think they're talking about Dable might not even survive the end, might be done at the end of the year. If they just go completely downhill, there's a chance he can be done at the end of the season with the Giants. I think so. I think the fans will be pissed off enough that can happen. I mean, we'll see if that does happen. We'll see, though. And Bills 6 straight games without scoring 26 points, longest since a 6-game streak during Allen's rookie season of 2018. Denver on a 3-game win streak. I said the longest since beginning 2021, 3-0. They could miss the playoffs for the first time, as I said, since 2018. And the Denver's 4-2 since that loss, 70-20 to Miami. Denver just beat KC for the first time after losing 16 straight. So first 5 games, Broncos 181 points. Last 4 games, 67 points and 16 takeaways. They're getting a lot of takeaways too, which is also good for them. Denver forced 4 turnovers, 5 against KC the week before. Denver started 0 for 10 on third downs, 6 or more yards. Then they, on the go-ahead drive in I think it was the fourth quarter, they had 2 long third down conversions, 3 overall to get the go-ahead TD, which, he went down. And they didn't even pass. That last series, a lot of running. But he ran it in for the touchdown, Josh Allen. He thought the game was over. Yeah, Russell Wilson, 18 touchdown passes this year, 16 last year. He looked good. He looked good at times. I mean, they got a couple sacks on him, but I'll tell you, when he needed to make the big pass, he made the big pass. Yeah, and I know all that pressure the last 2 plays and then bit him in the ass. Brian Fisher said, Bills lose thanks to a penalty. Well, penalty of their own doing. Jets lose to an interim coach, Antonio Pierce, who brought some fire back to the Raiders, and the Giants lost by 32. New York teams kicking ass and taking names. Frank Schwab said Denver, as I said, 2 missed field goals. Sloppy and undisciplined Bills deserve to lose. I don't disagree with that. Russ and Watson both look good. Russ and Watson. Oh, Deshaun Watson you're talking about? For the Browns? Yeah, I saw him play. I mean, they started off terrible. Yeah, listen, he got the win at the end. I mean, hey, might have been Resurrection Sunday and Monday. So sloppy and undisciplined, I don't disagree with that. They're saying, is this the end of the era for the Bills? And I'm like, can we finish the season? They also said that right now, if the season ended, that the Texans would visit the Ravens for a playoff, and Cincinnati and the Jets and the Bills would all be out of the playoffs. And I'm like, all right, well, that would happen, but we play 9 games. We got 8 left. So I kind of think when you say that stuff, it's just dumb. It's just dumb shit. Because I feel like, we got to play a whole season. Kind of like, I think Deshaun is a potential MVP candidate, but he's still got 8 games left to play. So we're going to see what happens going forward. And Cole Thompson said, 12 man, nah, you take it, bro. Like at the end. Oh, we'll put nah, I don't want it. You want it. Do you want it? I don't want it. You can take it. No, go take this. Yeah, that underthrown ball at the end. You knew that he threw it up. Russell Wilson did what a smart veteran does, throws it up there and puts it up because there's a chance. Defensive guy's going to get overeager. He got beat. He starts running and he runs right into Jerry Jeudy. And that's the end of that. That's the end of that. And, so I talked to Rob. Rob had some, now Rob's talking playoffs. Rob is basically saying, so it came out, Aaron Rodgers thinks he's going to be ready. He's running on a treadmill where he's 50%. He's going to put it up 75%. The speed, I guess, what he can do on the foot. Thinks he's going to play basically December 3rd, which I have tickets for against Atlanta. But if that's the case, like I talked to Jay yesterday, he just got his renewal thing that they're going to charge his credit card for next season's season tickets for the Jets. And he's got kids now. He lives in Maryland. It's a lot. But he feels if he gives it up, that next year will be the year that the Jets hit it. And it'll be like, I won't be able to see it. And that's what it'll always be on. And like, oh, should I do it? So that's what keeps him like, oh, I got to keep going with the season tickets. And Rob feels that they will go undefeated once Aaron Rodgers starts playing. So they're 4-5. He feels they'll be 5-6. He'll take over and they'll finish the season. They will go undefeated. Undefeated. They'll go 6-0. I go, really? 6-0. And yesterday he was talking to me. He goes, back and forth, back and forth. He said, get rid of everybody, eat the contracts, eat Rodgers, eat Zach Wilson, fire the coach, fire the GM, and start over and give Jim Harbaugh full autonomy and let him coach, GM, the Jets. Give him that, where we'll give you the keys to the castle. And then he could bring in his quarterback. Well, I guess he's not going to get a quarterback. Maybe he'll get JJ McCarthy and bring him in as his quarterback and take a shot there. I don't know. I said, that's kind of an interesting point, Rob. I said, I want you on the show today, but he couldn't do it. And I said, really, 6-0 with Aaron Rodgers. And that's what he's talking about. He's going to be back in a couple weeks. I think they're going to lose in Buffalo. I think Buffalo is going to be furious how they played. And he's right. They did beat Buffalo at home this year, but I think Buffalo, after what happened last opening day, they're going to come back with a vengeance. I feel they're going to be really pissed off. Really pissed off. And then we have, the Giants. Oh, yeah, what else? Yeah. So Rob said, 6-0. Oh, they also had a players-only meeting, which I thought was kind of players-only meeting. I was like, really? Players-only meeting. Wow. Well, the Jets had to do that, so we'll see how that goes. Robert Salas said Zach Wilson actually playing pretty well. It's amazing that he's the only one who sees this. None of us see this, that he's actually playing well. I guess he's going to go down with the ship, because if he benches them again, that means we're done with him. And he can't do that yet. And I guess he feels, that means I failed him. We've all failed each other, and we're shit out of luck. But I can't, just to say that with a straight face is just, and I said the Jets are +7. I said they'll be lucky to score 7 points. Oh, and that's what he thinks too, that the defense is so good, Rob, that they can win games 3-0. I think he was just joking about that. But I really think he thinks they're going to go 6-0 the rest of the way, which is crazy. And did you see Formula One? The Vegas Grand Prix is going to start at 10 p.m. Pacific time, 1 a.m. here on the East Coast, 1 a.m. to watch. Now, I got to stay up to watch it because I want to see this course, which I heard is amazing. I want to watch that stuff. Oh, so I'm like, why is everybody sitting on the bench? Well, OKC's up 94-66 with 11:24 left. They're getting blown out of the water. The OKC's a seriously good team. Chet Holmgren was back in. He looks like an Amish guy. And not a good Amish. It's a bad look. It's a really bad look. Top six teams revealed. Coming up next on College Football Playoff. And right now the Giants have the number 2 pick in the draft, which is Caleb Williams or Drake May. They're a 10-point underdog at Washington this Sunday. 10 points. They have a -148 point differential, worse than the NFL by 51 points. 51 points. That's a lot. And lost by 15 in 8 of the last 17 games, 6 by more than 20 points. 8 of the last 17 games lost by 15. 6 of those 17 lost by more than 20 points. That's a shitty football team. That's a really, really shitty football. Zay Jones, who really hasn't played this year, been injured. Domestic battery charges against him for the Jaguars. Last played October 8th on a 3-year, $24 million contract. That's not going to go well. Jack Jones, problems off the field. All right, so we got the college football playoffs top 6. Oregon, Washington is 5, and they're taking forever to do this. So I'm trying to see what the 4-3. I can't believe that the dump is going to – I think it's still going to be Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan. Michigan might move up, and then it's going to be Florida State. I don't think it's going to be anybody else. But how crazy is that? Washington and Oregon are basically going to knock each other out. And it kind of sucks that there's a lot of good teams. Yeah, Florida State is number 4. So that means it's either – so Florida State – we still got a lot of football left to play. And it really doesn't matter because Ohio State, Michigan – well, when Michigan beats Ohio State, they're going to knock Ohio State out of the top 4. And Georgia still has to play – I still think they're a better team than Bama. Bama's not the same team it was. I think Bama's an okay team, but they're not really a good team. So we're going to see how that goes. But, yeah, so Michigan is 3. So they are still stuck at 3. Well, because how could they be – so I guess the dump is still – I feel like Georgia should have moved up after beating Ole Miss. That's what I think. I think Georgia, to me, got a big win against a Ole Miss team that's played pretty good. But then Ole Miss did lose to Bama this year, right? And they blew out Ole Miss. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Yeah, Williams, first freshman with 40.75% field goal since 15-16 for LSU. 42 points, man. That's serious shit. They're really dragging this shit out, man. It's like do 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 do. Because I saw Jack Jones got cut by the Patriots, who they drafted just 2 years ago. Was playing well last year, wasn't playing well as well this year, and then was having showed up late for meetings. The dump is number 2, so Georgia flipped. Now Georgia's flipped, and Georgia's now the number 1 team in the college football playoff, where they should be. I think they're the best team in football. I feel like they've always been the best team in football. And Michigan, Ohio State, well, that'll be done. So at least we're 2-3, and from there, it's not going to, yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes going forward. But yeah, so Jack Jones gets waived by the Pats, picked up by the Raiders. I was like, well, I'm not shocked about that. Mac Jones, they said Will Grier would be, some people saying he's a better option than Bailey Zappi. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. I mean, but Will Grier has had some playing, but not a lot. And I guess we're going to see what happens with the Pats going forward. Mac Jones, what did I see? Leads the NFL in Pro Football Focus's turnover-worthy throws metric with 20, which means he throws a lot of bad balls. A lot of bad footballs. And Jamar Gibbs, 112 yards Sunday, 2 touchdowns. Last 3 games, 427 yards, 4 touchdowns. I wish I had him in fantasy. Stafford could play this Sunday against the Seahawks. Raiders are the only team in the NFL with a black president, Sandra Douglas Morgan, black head coach and Antonio Pierce, and black GM and Champ Kelly in football. That's kind of sad. It's kind of sad in a way that they're the only 3. T. Higgins is not going to play against the Ravens. And Trey Hendrickson, he hit knee to knee in the game against the Texans. I remember at the end of the game, hyperextended knee. They don't think he's going to play. And JPP, former Giant, former Raven, former Buck, last year played for the Ravens, 17 tackles, 3 sacks, interceptions, signing with the Saints. And at this vision, someone's going to get a home playoff game. I mean, it's going to happen. And Anthony Barr, 8 years, 4 Pro Bowls with the Vikings, played with the Cowboys last year. Jordan Hicks got compartment syndrome in abruption, got some procedure done. He's out, so he's going to come back and play Anthony Barr for the Vikings, who are also shooting for a playoff spot right now. And Mahomes Michigan sent me wears the same underwear every NFL game since his rookie year. He washes them. I don't know how they stay together. He's superstitious. I said, oh, okay, dude. And Cowboys Leighton Vander Esch, out for season with neck injury. He's had neck problems in the past. They think this could be a career-threatening one. So I guess we're going to see. So Tulane is the number 1, is the group of 5. They're the highest seed, still with a chance to go play a New Year's Six Bowl, which I know Governor would be happy about. And Thursday Night Football games coming up: Bengals at Ravens, Vikings at Denver this Sunday. But Monday night, Philly at KC. See that? That's like a playoff preview. Yeah. I mean, that would be a playoff preview. Chip Kelly, they said likely done. This is on 3 saying that fired after the game at USC. He's 33-33, 6-4 this year. I've been hearing that for a while. And Hal said to me that the board of directors went over the head of the athletic department and fired Jimbo Fisher. That's what he thinks, without having a coach in waiting. And who else did I see? Who did I say that could go? Oh, Dan Campbell, the Lions coach, is a wish candidate. He's not going to leave the Lions to go to college. Right now he's building a team there. Well, but the thing is, they could offer him so much goddamn money that maybe he'll take it. Will he take like $10 million a year? I think he'd be a great college coach. I think he would make these kids. Yeah, he wouldn't take shit from anybody, but I think he's building something special in Detroit, and I want to see what he can do there. Dan Lanning, Oregon. Hal sent me something. He's the guy, the favorite. He says, I'm not going anywhere. Why would he? I think he's going to big. I said, stay there. And Deion said he's more concerned about the game at Washington State. He's worried about the coach of his team than about the Texas A&M job. And we got number 22 UNC at Clemson. They're 8-2, 6-4. They never could beat them. Well, Marion Hampton leads the AC in rushing, 1,236 yards, 13 touchdowns. Will they get it done this week? They should. On paper, they should. Will they do it in person? I don't know. Texas is 7. So Texas is still, if teams start losing, that's the thing. If Georgia loses, I don't think Georgia's going to drop from 4. But Georgia, Ohio State's gone. And who's for? Florida State could lose. You know what? Florida State, you don't know. It's a long season. You have a bad game, and I still don't think. I think they're the best team in the ACC, but I don't know how good Florida State is. I think they're good. I don't think they're great. I don't think Florida State is the fourth best team in the country. I think if they had to play Washington, that's what's going to be great next year with the 12-team playoff. You know, you're going to have 12 teams in. It's going to make it a little better. These top four teams, I feel like there's a 5 and a 6 to go on a run. I think Oregon and Washington are very good football. Oregon especially, and I feel like I'd like to see what they can. Like to see what Texas can do in the playoff. So we don't have to worry about this next year. Next year, you're going to have 12 teams get it in. That'll be a lot better. Yeah. Strength of schedule, yeah. Ohio State 39th to Georgia 78th. But their key wins is Missouri and Mississippi for Georgia. Missouri is a good team this year. Notre Dame has kind of dropped. And Penn State, I think Penn State's a team that they can't beat they don't beat a top 10 team. They're not. So I don't know. I just don't. I think Ohio State is not as good. I think they have a great wide receiver. I don't think they're a great team. That's what I think. That's me. And Tyler Van Dyke got benched for Emory Williams, the true freshman. Well, he hurt his arm. He's out for the year. So now Tyler Van Dyke is going to play when they host Louisville at high noon on Saturday. And the U is not the U anymore. That game could get very, very, very ugly. And did you see this? You see this? Prospective UCLA recruits identified as suspects in the Colorado Rose Bowl locker room theft. So you have kids come to your school to look at the prospective student athletes, and they're going in and they're robbing the opposing team's locker room of cash and jewelry. I mean, are you kids fucking morons? I guess you are. Well, I guess you we're like, woo, we dodged a big one here by getting rid of these kids. We dodged a big one. We're like, woo, we don't have to worry about these kids anymore. But I'm like, holy shit. When I saw that, I was like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? I mean, that's just stupidity. Stupidity, man. Just dumb. Yeah, I'm done talking. Ben Simmons, I'm done. Yeah. Nerve irritation is accurate because one guy wrote about Ben Simmons, CEO for show. Nerve irritation is accurate because all of our nerves are irritated. And when he's on the court this year, 6 games, what'd they say? When he's played 118.2 points per game, 23 fast break points, and the 41% from three. In the games they missed, 105 points a game, 11 fast break points a game, and 33% from three-point range. We better get used to those because he's going to be gone for a while. Nerve irritation and back, which bothered him all last year. And his agent, Bernie Lee, put out a statement on Twitter saying he's day-to-day. He's not day-to-day. He's going to be gone a while. He's averaging 7, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 53% from the field. They're playing tonight. They are playing the Warriors. No, the Thunder. Not the Thunder. The Magic. They're playing the Magic. And they are I'm trying to see. Oh, and the Ducks are playing the Predators. Zegras was hurt. He missed the last game. Devils losing to the Jets. Devils are not playing well without Jack Hughes. We got college football right now. Akron's up on Eastern Michigan 17-14. Northern Illinois is up on Western Michigan 24-0. I don't know if any of these teams. Toledo is having a good season. Toledo, I think, is 8-1, and they're losing right now to Bowling Green. They're 9-1. They're losing by 11. And that to me. Oh, so now we got, what do we have on now? I like these courts, man. Pacers are up on the Sixers, 122, 116. I like these courts. These courts are really, they're colorful. I do. I like them a lot. I think they're really cool. But I was looking at net score and I didn't get to there. We got basketball on. Bama's up 40 on South Alabama. I know it's early in the season, but it's kind of whoop ass. And Connecticut won by 34 over Mississippi Valley State. I think they were favored by 35. Texas women won by 49 over UT Arlington. Wow. And Baylor beat Utah by 7. Beat number 4 Utah at home. The Nets are up 16 on the Magic. All right. With 4 minutes left in the game, might be able to pull this one out. Bancaro has 17. Wagner has 19. Suggs has been playing a lot better. He only has 10. Trying to see who's off the bench. Cole Anthony's been playing better. 2 for 9, 2 for 7. But 10 points. but not shooting great. Who's having a good game? Oh, Cam Johnson has 19 points. Dinwiddie has 26. Claxton has 8. And Bridges has 16. Sharp and O'Neal, 13 and 11. And then Walker, the fourth. Walker's been playing pretty well, man. Lonnie Walker's averaging 15 a game this season. Guy is balling, man. He is balling. Oh, and Tibbs said last night for the Knicks, his friends come, but, they come to watch, but they're Celtics fans. They're not going to root for him. I thought that was kind of funny. And the Knicks, 4.1 point per game differential, best by any team, 500 or worse. And RJ Barrett's questionable tomorrow against Atlanta because of the migraine. And then against Celtics, the last 8 minutes, they were outscored 23-10. And Jason Tatum had 17 of his 35 in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's crazy. That was crazy. NBA and Sotheby's multi-year partnership offer fans game-worn memorabilia, if you like that. Zach LaVine open to trade. Knicks could get him, but they said, is that the guy you go after? He has a lot of money coming his way. Hawks have the second worst defensive rating, 127 points allowed in the first quarter alone. And Chet Holmgren, 54% field goal percentage, 50 from three, 90 from the line. And the current stat minimums, first center, NBA history, rookie or otherwise, to have 50, 50, 85 splits first 10 games. Now, if you only lose that beer, to be something else. And the best teams in basketball right now, the Sixers are 8-1, Nuggets, Celtics, and Mavs 8-2. And I think the Sixers are losing. So I don't know if that's going to, And Edmonton beat the Isles. It was Knobloch's first game as the new head coach of Edmonton. 4-1, Conor McGregor last night, goal and assist. Draisaitl had a goal and 3 assists. The Isles are 5-6-3. The Oilers got their fourth win of the season. Isles have lost 5 in a row. 5-6-3, lost 5 in a row. Yeesh. And Draisaitl passed Paul Coffey with his 24th career 4-point game, 6th all time. But Gretzky, so 24 4-point games. Gretzky's number 1 in Oilers franchise history. What do you think it is? 158. 158. It's like, holy shit, dude. I mean, those are stats. And members of the 2018 junior hockey team found by Hockey Canada to have violated the code of conduct. According to sources, they're going to appeal underway, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, they shut down everything with that. There was sexual harassment. They did some stuff. There's a lot of shit. I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. And Clutch Athletics signs Justin Edwards, Kentucky freshman guard, makes the sportswear brand's first ever NIL athlete and basketball player. Clutch Athletics, is under the Rich Paul. I mean, all right. And for NIL star and former Miami Hooper Haley Cavender is going to transfer to TCU and play next season. Her and her sister said they were quitting basketball. She's like, I want to keep playing. Ohtani is open to start, on a short-term deal, but he wants to get the higher annual average value contract. Basically, right now the highest per season is 43.3. So I guess that's a starting point. So he might even take a 3-year, $150 million deal, and that'll be it. And the Sail Grand Prix most watched sailing race, and all I keep thinking of is Christopher Cross. Sailing takes me away to where I'm going. Doo-doo. Average 1.78 million on CBS, more than the Formula One average of 1.1 million on ESPN platforms. 1.78 million people watching a sailing race. Sailing. And Brewers promote bench coach Pat Murphy to manager. All right, cool with that. And manager of the year is Brandon Hyde for the Orioles and Skip Shoemaker from the Marlins. And Jason Hayward could be a future Yankee. He's a left-handed hitter. 269, 813 OPS, 117 OPS plus, highest in 2017, 269 batting average. He'd been really bad. Had a kind of a resurgent season last year with the Dodgers. Can play all 3 outfield positions. Can play 6 games at first base. Cashman says he wants left-handed. I guess we're going to see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, after what he said about Stanton, who knows who's going to want to come and play here? I mean, honestly, who's going to want to come and play here? Not too many people. Wow, 38 OKC's up. That is, I cannot watch Kansas. I can't watch Kansas ever. No, I'd rather watch college football. Yeah, love the college football during the week. And James Rowson, Yankees' new hitting coach. Yeah, hey, Yankees recap has joined us. You see the thing? Did you see the thing about? See the thing that Cashman said about Stanton? Hey, he's going to get hurt every year. And what do you think about your new hitting coach? What's up there? Yankees hitting coach, minor league hitting coordinator from Rowson was hitting coordinator for the Yankees minor league 2008 to 2011 and 2014 to 2016. I'm like, oof. Oh, you want to come, dude? If you want to come on live, yeah, let's do this. All right, we're getting out of here. Hold on, dude. I gotta start. I gotta get you on so I can get you on. Josh, you're gonna have to go to IG. You're gonna have to go to IG. Hold on a sec. All right, you wait, Ethan. I'm gonna put you on. All right, hold on a second there, my king. All right, share. Let's get this going. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. JB, talking sports. All right, he wants to come on. He can talk about whatever he wants. We can talk about the Giants. I like that Ethan wants to come on. All right, let's get that going. Giddy up. Giddy up, giddy up. All right, let's get this going. Just give me a second. All right, Ethan, give me a sec. Get this going. Hold on. Switching over. Yeah, he's worried about. No. Nope, you didn't. Nope. Give me a sec. Okay, he wants to talk for 5 minutes. Okay. You want to talk for 5 minutes, Bubba? We let you talk for 5 minutes. Okay. Let's see if he'll come on. That media, we'll talk about that. Going live. All right. Hit it there, Bubba. All right, we're live. We'll see if it works. Yeah, we were talking about. Oh, that's what I was talking about before. So Kevin Havrick bought the house, that Ricky Bobby's house in Talladega Nights, over 12,000 square feet in Cornelius, North Carolina. Can you imagine that? He bought the house that that was used in. I mean, that's just hilarious, man. I think that's just. He bought the Ricky Bobby house. So we'll see if Yankees recaps come on. Let him talk whatever he wants about. I've never had him on. He actually works out with E, who I've known as long as I've known Harris. I've known him for at least 15 years, maybe even longer. Okay, let's see if this works. Invite. All right. Let's see. Accept. I will see if he comes on. Here he comes. There we go. It does, oh, there we are. Oh, hey, you're here. Oh, I can hear you, dude. It's a personnel issue. How come? Who's the personnel he has to fix? Or the answer. Okay. Who do you give up? Okay, I love that, but who are we giving up for Soto? That's what I wanted to ask you. Because you're my Yankee guy. Okay.